My name is Spencer Lewis. I'm the founder and CEO of Alpha Country Training and Nutrition. Started Alpha Country around July of 2021, so we're going on 3 years now in business. When I was getting out of the military, the biggest thing that I knew that I was going to be missing is a community to fall into. And when thinking about starting my own business, the whole goal and objective of that, and the reason why I started it, was to create this new community that I knew that I was going to be seeking when I got out, and I wanted to create one just of like-minded people that love to train, that love to seek discomfort and go after challenges. I enlisted in the United States Army in 2014, where I started out in the 82nd Airborne as a paratrooper, 11 Bravo infantryman, and after about a year and a half there, I went to Special Forces selection, and I got selected and then started the Special Forces qualification course. And about 2 years later, that pipeline is extremely long, multiple phases. And after 2 years of training, I graduated and earned my Green Beret. After graduation, I went down to 7 Special Forces group in Destin, Florida. And then I got out of the military in 2022. Just a couple years ago, I had 3 screws put in my back, I had hip surgery, had ankle surgery, all within a couple months. And there was a point in time where I was wondering, am I gonna be able to get back to the fitness level that I wanted to be at? I think I was 27 or 28 years old. And those doubts are what really drove me to get back to where I'm at today. There was 2 options that I had when I lost 45 pounds with those surgeries, and it was either I can stop prioritizing fitness and fall into this getting overweight, this comfortable lifestyle that we hear, or I can get back on my game and I can prioritize fitness and I can work back to be the person that I was before, but on a different level. I took all of that anger from not being able to move, not being able to train, and I took all that depression and I bottled it all up to where when I was able to start training again and I was able to get after it, I just unleashed that bottle and I just went full force. I started working out seriously around 16 years old when I got my driver's license and I could drive to the gym. And I was a high school football player, and my running back, he invited me to go to the gym at 3:30 one morning. I thought he was crazy. I didn't understand why he wanted to go to the gym so early. I accepted the invitation, and from that morning at 3:30 in the morning, meeting him at the gym, I was addicted to it. I was hooked. And all throughout high school, fitness was the main objective. And carrying over into the military, it truly is your first impression when you walk through that door, and what people are going to be judging you on is not about how much knowledge that you had from the previous place that you were at, but it's going to be, who are you in the physical space? How is your fitness level? Are you somebody that doesn't stay disciplined when you're not at work and you're not prioritizing fitness? And so it just carried over into that whole career in the military of being physically fit is the #1 priority. And you can take care of a lot of stuff just being physically fit. And so fitness has become really the center of my life, because that's what has gotten me to be able to discover what I'm capable of and who I truly am, is going through those absolute brutal challenges. Whatever it is, it makes me realize a lot about myself. Now that I've been doing this since I was 16 years old. I started waking up really early when he introduced me to the gym, and I noticed a huge difference when I started going. And when I wake up in the morning and I get to the gym, I'm setting myself apart from 99% of the people out there where they're sleeping in. They're sleeping in until 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I've already done my workouts. I've already done some tasks that I need to get done at work. And so it made me realize by waking up earlier that I gave myself more time to accomplish these tasks that I wanted to do. And I just noticed how even on a special forces team, I was showing up to the gym at 3:30 in the morning, getting into our team room at 6 a.m. By the time everybody showed up at 9 a.m., I had already been working for 3 hours. I had all my tasks done. And what that did is it showed my team that I really care about this. I'm the dude that's prioritizing my fitness first thing in the morning. I'm prioritizing my work that needs to be done first thing in the morning, and now I can help out whoever else needs help. And I started learning all these different jobs and all these different duties and responsibilities on the team, to where I was becoming not just the weapons guy on the team. And all throughout high school, fitness was the main objective, and carrying over into the military. After getting out of the military, after recovering from the surgeries, and I first started out just walking in the woods. There was a huge state park a couple miles away from my house, and I needed some sort of an outlet. And so I just started walking. Then I started taking the dogs out there to walk, and I was like, all right, I want to spend more time out here. And I was also searching for a connection with God. And I would go out there, and just the things that I was dealing with in life, I was almost crying out for help and crying to get a response and feel that connection that I was hearing all these other people have. And the more time that I spent out there on the trail, I started to gain, that connection, and I started to feel it. And to where I would go out and do these 2-hour long trail runs and have full-blown conversations. I wouldn't hear anything back from God, but I would be talking to Him like He was running right next to me. And that feeling alone kept me coming back and back to the trail. And after a while, you just start to feel this like solitude and calmness of being out there. Nobody else is out there on the trail with you. It's you, it's nature, it's the animals that are out there, and truly it's like peace of mind. That's where I found where I was able to calm my mind and not turn it off, but really focus and start thinking about and planning out the future of what I was trying to do with my life. Running was not something that I have or had a passion for. And I chose the ultramarathon, the running space, because of how much I didn't like it. And I knew that it was going to challenge me. You're finding something that's going to push you out of your comfort zone, and with the understanding of, if I put myself through something uncomfortable and I seek these difficult challenges, I know that inside I'm going to grow as a person. Fitness has become really the center of my life, because that's what has gotten me to be able to discover what I'm capable of. So right now I'm getting ready for a 50-mile ultra here in about 4 weeks. So a lot of my training is endurance-based, but we're not making the mistake of dropping all strength training. We do strength workouts during the week. We have endurance, long runs, short runs, high-intensity runs. I'm on the bike for a couple hours a week, and really it's this all-around hybrid style of training. Yeah, when I'm getting up in the morning, really my main focus is getting to the gym. I'm not really thinking about anything else. Either getting to the gym, getting to the trail, wherever I'm going to do my run, that's what I'm thinking about as I'm getting ready. It dictates what I'm gonna wear for the day. It dictates what I need to pack in my bag for the day. And as soon as I get up, my main thought and my main priority for that morning is going and training. When I'm laying there in bed, And I'm just looking back at everything that's gone on in my life. The past 10 years of getting in the military and doing everything in my whole career, I just started reflecting on everything. I was leaving a community of special operators, Green Berets, that were truly my brothers, and I knew that just because I was getting out, they're still gonna keep going. You know, the train is gonna continue to go, it's just now I'm gonna be on the side and watching it. And that was really, really hard to accept. Once I was able to start getting back up on my feet after those surgeries and start to slowly lift weights, start to slowly, work on my mobility and be able to just walk normally, that's really when the fire started inside me, and I was like, okay, I have the chance to be in better shape than I've ever been in my entire life. So a typical day, I wake up around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm at the gym by 6 a.m. And whether I have a strength or endurance workout for that day, I will follow my plan that my coaches have laid out for me, and then following that workout, I'll start going straight into the recovery process. Because the last thing I want to do is just to be focused on the training and be destroying my body, beating it up, and then not doing what I need to in order to get ready for the next day. Because I know that the next day is going to be a challenge just as much as today was. And so I move into the recovery process, and I like to go into the hot tub for about 12 to 15 minutes. And then after the 12, 15 minutes, I go into the steam room. I sit in there for about 10 minutes, and then I'll go directly outside, especially it's really cold right now. And so I just use the gym pool to get some cold therapy, so like a cold plunge. So I'll go in the pool for 2 minutes, and then I'll come back, take a shower. I'll leave from the gym, head straight to the warehouse. So I'll get to the warehouse around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then that's when I start prioritizing the business now. And now I'm going in onto the computer, printing out all the shipping labels that I need to from the past 24 hours of orders. I'll print all those out, I'll box those up, I'll bag those up, and then I will bring all the orders up to the spot in the warehouse for either UPS or USPS to come pick up the orders. And then after that, I go back to, all right, what can I do to get myself ready for the next day of training? And it kind of falls back into that recovery process where I have Normatec legs at home that do like pressure therapy. I've got a Theragun that I'll use on certain spots that I'm feeling or that I felt during training that needed to get worked on, like my hamstrings, my calves, maybe they're tight. I'll hit the Theragun with that. And then I focus on my nutrition if I'm out of meals. So I'll start meal prepping the rest of the day have meals for the next 2 or 3 days. And I just continuously repeat this process over and over again on a daily basis. So sacrifice, in my opinion, is doing the things that you know that you have to do when there's a lot more comfortable option to choose from. And just for, a very good example of sacrifice is what we do in the military on a daily basis. We have to go answer that call. It doesn't matter whether or not, and law enforcement as well, we have to answer that call. It doesn't matter if it's our kid's birthday. It doesn't matter if it's our, wedding anniversary. It doesn't matter if we have this huge party that we got to throw. If we get that call, we have to answer. And so we are sacrificing the time with family, the events, the birthday parties, the Christmases, the Thanksgivings. We're sacrificing not being there with our family in a very comfortable, spot in the comfort of our home. Instead, we're answering the call out in some terrible situation, and we're sacrificing those things in order to protect this country, to protect the people that we love. And some people, they pay the ultimate sacrifice, which is dying in the line of duty or dying overseas. and everybody had that choice whether or not to be there or not. And instead of choosing the comfort and I want to say easy route, they chose to sacrifice all of that to do something that was far greater than all of us. So my next big goal is a 50-mile ultramarathon in Moab, Utah. Following that, I plan on doing a 100-mile race, and then I've already been in the works and in the talks with some buddies overseas to do a multi-stage race somewhere in the world. So those are some big personal goals, especially when it comes to fitness that I have. And for business, right now we're in a co-warehousing space to where we're sharing this space with other businesses and things like that. And the next big step is moving into our own warehouse. And in that warehouse, we're gonna have a fulfillment center. We're gonna have where we keep all of our inventory. We fulfill orders out of there. And then there's gonna be another section for us to get workouts in. And we're gonna have strength and endurance equipment in there, so that way we can have people that are a part of this community come in, get workouts in, and really pay the man inside the gym. That's really what I'm looking forward to, because the closest relationships that I've been able to develop have been through pain and suffering. And I don't care who you are, when you are next to somebody that is pushing themselves just as much as you are and is going through that painful experience, and they're trying to better themselves, you won't find a better relationship than that. You won't find a better friend than that. And so that's what I want to create with Alpha Country, is a space where people can come and put it all out there in order to find the person that they want to become and grow into that person. This community is already made up of, honestly, some badass people. It is for those that are seeking discomfort, whether it's in your career, just a single goal that you have for yourself, like running a marathon or getting into bodybuilding, something that's going to push you. That's what this community is really made up of. To me, being an alpha is somebody who's loving, somebody who's caring, who has that soft spot for kids, women, but then they've also got that switch. They've got that switch they can flip. It is truly this protector mindset of when the switch doesn't need to be turned on, you have full control of your emotions, you have full control of your feelings. So community to me means that you have a group of people that are like-minded, that have the same ambitions, they have the same goals, not the same exact, but really they're seeking discomfort together and they're trying to grow together. And I've experienced through training what it's like to be on your own and you're accomplishing goals on your own, and I've experienced what it's like to be on a team and accomplishing those goals together and thriving off of each other and using each other as motivation and accountability. And so community to me is having those friendships and those visions together, and ultimately the goal is to achieve those goals together, and it's to win as a team and as a community.